Apparently the other one we can climb. May as well do it since I'm here. The trail seems to end right over there where you see that bit of red sticking up from the marker post. And doesn't seem to be any more of a trail than right here. And what I see here is a bunch of lava tubes that have opened up. Some of them look so fragile that you wouldn't want to step on them and certainly don't want to climb inside of them. I don't want to do a trap door exit into one of those things. Rugged country. Look at a sizable collapsed hole. Probably wanders underground a little ways. This is the big hill volcano that we're climbing up. And this is one of its earlier fumaroles, or explosive holes, if you will. But we'll continue on up to the tops. I think there's a bigger one off to the left here. I'll do a slow 360 pan. No neat trails here. All gnarly, rolling, crunchy lava rock. That's the direction we go. And there you can see my trail leading back. I can't go straight down here because it's a cliff in front of me. But over there you can see my van. Interesting to see that this moss, which looks more like gray snow, leaves almost a perfect oval around that hole down at the center for some reason. Whether there is actually a hole down there or not, I don't know. At one time, that's where the volcano blew out through there, and on that other crater we see beyond it that we walked by. Don't know if this is what I just climbed up or not. The first one I went to, and I don't know whether it was the second or the third. I'm thinking it was the second that I went to. I'm going to go. It is up to the top of that mountain there. The highest point on the right. Somewhere nearby is a monument to a Viking and his grave. This is that Viking, now preserved in the National Museum of Iceland. Here's some of the implements found in the grave: a sword, a spearhead, a bone pin, also a broken knife, an elaborate shield boss, and pieces of iron. Maybe the last view of the glacial mountain cap until I get over to West Fjords, hopefully tomorrow afternoon by ferry. Either that or I got a long drive. This is a very pretty church. Tall, but only in design, really. Upward sweep. You can't but help compare this to the what I think as a crass monstrosity in Reykjavik. This also made of cement, hopefully higher quality. They readily admit that the cement for that Reykjavik church was not of quality, and they're already redoing it. But this also has very simple architectural lines, but it's a very pretty and very dramatic look, I think. I think this stark simplicity is reminiscent of the early churches, although the roof lines were darker material and there may have been some color on them. They were stark. It's interesting, the interplay of curves and straight slabs. And this at the back above the altar, I'm guessing it brings in the eastern light. It's perched on this promontory that looks directly out onto the bay, and over there you see actually the ferry boat that I'll take later this afternoon, I hope, across to Westfords. But remember, Iceland had to import almost all of its raw materials. So in the early day as well as now, extra embellishments may just be dramatically greater in cost. Although I suspect it's more the design and allusion to the prim past. And notice how prim and neat and simple are these, what almost look to be and may be prefab homes. What a great view that home has. This rear domed area is pretty in its simplicity. This almost looks like something from the space station. Shooting through a window may not be as desirable as another pretty little bay that sits beneath this church. Here we can peer inside the church. You can see that the little cup up on top above the altar sheds light in the back. Not dramatically so, it's still a very, very simple, stark church on the inside. Again, very much, I would suspect, what the earlier churches were like. Notice that they have lights, small lights hanging on cords at different heights. That might create a very interesting starry night look at night. A dramatic but nice morning, relatively warm. A little bit of optimism of the sun. I'm saying these things as though they're unique, and here they are, I think.